So toe reading. David had it right to a point. Your history shows up in your feet. Energetically, we're energetic beings. Eastern medicine goes with the idea that as energetic beings, emotions are energy, we're energy is energy. So if you clear emotions while they're still emotions, that's great. If you don't clear emotions, the bad ones, like I know that there's no bad things, but if you don't clear things, it densifies your body, and that's what causes disease and ill ease, and that's where they say you get your stuff from. And well, your energy also heads south. All right, so this dark energy, this dirty, congested energy, it shows up in your body and creates what goes on your body. It also hits down to your feet. So if you know anybody who does energy work or can scan energy or see energy, if you go down and you scan somebody and you get down to the feet, it's down more, a little more person congested down by the feet. Energy hits down. So what that means is what's going on in your life shows up in your feet. So it's not the shoes. It's never the shoes. You'll see people with little old ladies whose feet are like this. You see a baby whose feet are like this, and then the little old ladies, they all blame it on their shoes. Oh, I wore shoes like that when that's where my bunions are from. Because what are those shoes called? Pumps? Right? Yeah, well, but so the deal is, how come everybody who wears pumps doesn't have bunions? Because everybody who has bunions blames it on the pumps. So how come everybody doesn't get it? In Arizona, we got the Arizona heel thing going on, right? Everybody says, well, it's because they wear flip-flops all the time, and that's why their heels are all chewed up. Well, how come everybody's heels aren't chewed up? It's like, well, energetically, what's going on is the energy of your history showing up. The shoes exacerbate a condition that's already there energetically. So if you've got a tendency to, well, a bunion, we'll get to that, but if you have bunions, the shoe didn't cause the bunion. Energetically, there was something going on in your life that created that condition in your foot, and the shoe just exacerbated the condition and made it, and just really, it's like a blister. You keep on rubbing on it, and you get the blister. And blisters are all about what's going on in your life too. It's not the shoes. So that's the trickiest thing. If you don't do anything else, because we do have, time to go to a fire drill or something like that. If you ever remember anything else, it's not the shoes. So it's never the shoes. It's all inside out stuff, it's not outside in stuff. When I first started doing this, it was like, this is so weird. I started, I had a nasty divorce, and I started going to school and taking some classes just to save my own butt. And so I said, you gotta take this toe reading class. And you guys were completely off the wall as far as I was concerned just a few years ago now that I hang out with you. But I owned a bar at one point, and I did real estate and mortgages, and all this, Sedona they're all cheats and gypsies. No, they're just here to steal my money, and let me get the heck away from these people, and then I end up in the middle of it in Sweetheart, and everybody in Sweetheart is sucks on helium and floats on the ceiling, and I'm just kind of wandering down through the middle. So they asked me to, you gotta take this class, and I was still hanging out with people who don't do the spiritual stuff. And I figured, well, that's good. I can use it something I can use at parties. Check it out by the pool. And yeah, it was they pick up chicks. And so I took it, and I was like, yeah, okay, what's going on here? I took it, we do a little bit of toe reading, we do a little bit of class, and somebody sits down and starts reading my toes, because that's what we're going to do later. And she calls the instructor over, and he goes, oh yeah. And he looks down, and he goes, yeah, he just recently had his heart broken. How the hell did you know that? And of course, me being the guy that I am, I broke into tears. Now I'm like a big chick. I cry in commercials now. But back then it was my daughters will look at me if a commercial comes on TV. They'll look over and see if Dad's crying now. They tease me about it now. So, but then it was like, guys, don't cry. And yeah, he just recently had his heart broken, and the tears start coming down. So what this is a very cathartic. It can be very cathartic. It can be, when do you know you did a good toe reading? When you look up and there's tears in your eyes. Because it's a hearing. Each foot are different. Each foot, you have an inside foot and an outside foot. One foot is all for you. You've got this foot. It's all about you. It's about your connection with spirit. It's how you talk to yourself. It's how you relate to yourself. It's how you how you act. It's all about you. Your other foot's everybody else. So your other foot is your parents and your religion and your first grade teacher. It's your job and relationships. It's Bush and Obama, that's good. However, everybody shows up on one foot, and you got a foot that's all to yourself. It's cool. Your big toe is your spirit and destiny toe, and it's on the sheet. That would be ether if it's it this that you're trying to, doesn't it? Yes. Your second toe is your air toe. It's about communications and expression. Your third toe is your fire toe. It's about taking action. So if somebody cuts you off on the highway, you would flip down that fire finger, action finger. Your fire toe does the same thing, so that's how that works. The fourth toe is about relationships. It's a water toe. Again, on one side, on your inner self is how you relate to yourself. On the other side is how you relate to other people. The cool thing about this, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now, everybody thinks their feet look the same until you start doing this toe reading stuff, then you look down and my feet are not the same. And you can go like, what the heck? Yeah. So, how come I'm not stepping out into the world? How come I'm not taking action in the world? The last little toe on the bottom, the pinky toe, on one side is the earth toe, and on one side it's trust. Your inner self side is trust, and on the outer self, on the outer world side, it's about prosperity and abundance. So, any questions yet?
Barney, repeat the toe movement. Going to the outside represents what?
Toes are curling in. You're giving energy to something that happened in your past. You haven't let go of something. You may think it's done, but it could be, say it's a relationship toe. It could be your parents got divorced when you were 10. It could be, the ex who was such a jerk that you finally got rid of him or her, and you think he's done, but it's not done. It's like there's an energetic cord that you're still holding on to somewhere. It's kind of like somebody stuck a bungee cord into your belt loop, and it's like you're trying to move forward, and every time you move forward, it goes boink, and that jerk keeps on popping up in everybody else you ever meet again, because that's your history showing up in front of you, like a little screen of muck, and you're seeing all the rest of those guys. You're seeing through him because you haven't cut that cord. The deal is, once the cord gets cut, it becomes wisdom. Right? It's an experience that you had. You got, okay, I got over it. Wiser or smarter, whatever the case may be, good, I can move forward, and that's just part of your wisdom pool. If you don't cut this thing, then it's just part of it, something's still holding you back. So you're pulling at this stuff. You've always got this screen in front of you, and in any other relation, it doesn't have to be another guy, but any relationship, because that's what goes on in this relationship. When the toes curl out,